Hey everybody, it's RJ. This is the Warcraft blogs primer video that I promised you all. I'm going to start super basic for people who are totally unfamiliar with Warcraft logs and then kind of make it more complex as we go through. So the first thing is obviously the website, warcraftlogs.com. It's super busy, lots of stuff going on. You can get lost in it. None of this matters for the purposes of this video. All that matters is up here. We have the classic button since we're playing classic. That'll take you to classic.warcraftlogs.com, so you can just bookmark that. And the next thing is you're going to pull up your Parse profile. So you type your name in, and it's got names for all of the people that are sharing that same name across all the servers. Obviously, this is the one that I'm playing. I don't know who a lot of these other people are. So when you look in here, you've got your best performance average, your best parse percentage, and your highest DPS, the number of kills, all that good stuff. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to look at individual fights. So Northern Beasts, it's got all the kills for Northern Beasts, your historical parse percent, your DPS, your eye level, all of that stuff. So I want to go over parsing for people who are not familiar with it. It's pretty straightforward, but just in case, if you parse to 51, that means that you performed better than 51% of people who played that class in spec who logged a kill on that boss. That does not include all people who are trying their hardest. It even includes people who have spec'd wrong or spec'd similarly, just worse, because the Warcraft logs can't tell the difference. But it's pretty ubiquitous. There's a lot of comparison to go about, so it's very useful. The breakdown is kind of as follows. If you parse 100, you are the top DPS for that class and spec on that kill at that time. You are God. The villagers worship and fear you. You're not watching this video. You have nothing to learn from me. If you're parsing a 99, which is the pink, that means you're not God, but you're close. You're doing pretty much everything perfectly. You've got great gear. You didn't win the RNG jackpot or get the external cheese that maybe you needed to push yourself up to the 100 spot. 99 has a wide variety. The bottom of 99 and the top of 99 are about as far apart as blue and purple parses are down below. If you're parsing orange, 95 to 98, that's like an A+. You're doing all the things you're supposed to. There's some things that you can tweak to improve your overall performance, but at that point, you're largely chasing stats. Then you're at 75 to 94, which is a purple parse. That's kind of like the A- to A territory. You're doing great. Maybe you need some more gear to pump up. There's probably some places in your rotation, places where you can kind of add in a couple of those advanced tactics to get your game up into the higher range, but you're doing well. You don't have to worry too much if you're parsing purple. In the blue range, it's 50 to 74. That's kind of in like the C to B plus territory. Generally, there are things that either you're vastly undergeared. If you're 10 eye levels below where you should be, and you know your character really well, you should be pretty much parsing blue, maybe purple sometimes. But there are usually some mistakes that are being made that are correctable, and things that are just little positioning type changes. You're generally doing your rotation correctly, that kind of thing. There's just some cleanup to do. Green parses 25 to 49. That's a D for died at the middle of the fight. If you are alive through the fight and you're parsing green, you're either in a really, really trash raid where everybody's doing terribly, that tends to give green parses, or you're missing something in your rotation. You've got something wrong with your spec. There's usually some large correctable error that can get you bumped up into that blue and purple range pretty simply. And then if you're parsing gray, 0 to 24, it's the F- to F+ territory. Either you died at the beginning of the fight, or if you are fighting the whole time and you're parsing gray consistently, this is actually perfect for you because you're doing something very, very wrong. And something that's very, very wrong is very, very easy to see and to fix. So this is actually going to help you out the most. If you're parsing gray, keep this bookmarked and take a look at it. It should improve you a lot. I also want to clarify these parse grades a little bit. This specific breakdown is based kind of on the kill speed and overall execution of those middle of the range kills that we've had a lot of. If your raid is able to down the bosses without a whole lot of people dying, everybody's doing fairly strong damage, these ratings hold up. If you're in a terrible group, like I mentioned in the green section, and everybody's parsing gray, lots of people are dying, buffs and debuffs are dropping off, the kill's taking forever, a green parse might actually be like a B+, and a blue might be like an A+, because you would have performed dramatically better with one of those normal kill attempts. On the other hand, if you're in a group with 19 people who are all parsing 99s and you're parsing a 75, that performance is more likely a high green C- D+ range on one of the average groups. So try not to tunnel too much on the raw number. The way I've got these concepts set up, everybody should be able to perform at that kind of 75 level for the median kill. And if everybody's doing at least that, then our kill speed will drop to the point where our parses will get inflated, and then we can kind of work on the minor details to the point where everybody's more or less doing 90 plus. And at that point, the fights in Wrath get really easy and really fast and really fun.